I don't even know where mine is at. That is so embarrassing. Like, where? I don't even know where my paw socks is. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany. For those of you who are new, if you are new, welcome. On my channel, I post videos based around nursing and nursing school. So welcome to the nursing family. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for still sticking around through my inconsistencies. But listen, if y'all are in an accelerated nursing program, then y'all know you have no time to do anything. So I tried my best. It wasn't given what it was supposed to have gave, but we're here now, and that's all that matters. So before we get started, make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed it. And also too, if you want to be notified every time I post a video, please click that notification bell so that you know when I upload. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay guys, so as you guys can tell by the title, this is going to be a nursing school essentials video. Keep in mind that everybody have certain things that are essential to them. Just like me, if you guys go back and watch, you know, the 2 of my nursing school supply hauls videos, you guys will see I bought an abundance of things. Half of it I didn't use, half of it I didn't like. So for today's video, I just gathered the essentials that everyone absolutely need. Not just me, not just the extra person, not just the bare minimum person, but I feel like everybody needs these things. So there's essentials that you need in the classroom, there's essentials that you need at home, and there's also essentials that you need in the clinical setting. So we're going to go ahead and start with the essentials that you need in the classroom. Okay, so the first thing that you need for the classroom, before you go and buy scrubs, before you go and buy shoes, before you go and buy your handy dandy stethoscope, before you buy anything, the first thing that you need to purchase is a planner. Okay, this was my planner in nursing school. It's old, but I just kept it just for the purpose of this video. But the first thing that you need is a planner. So if you don't have a planner, like right now, what are we doing here? Like if you're an upcoming nursing student, then you have time. But if you're in nursing school with no planner, just pack your book bags and drop out, sis, because there's no way you're gonna make it. Like, sorry y'all, I thought someone's up there. There's no way you're gonna make it. Your planner is your life. It's your lifeline. So you need it. Like, okay, so as you can see, each week my planner was filled out. I'm gonna just do this. So for instance, like I wrote all my tests, all my assignments that were due. But again, like every week, like I hope y'all can see this, but like every week this baby was filled. Like seriously, like filled. So just get a planner. Okay, this is going in the trash now, but make sure that you guys have a planner. That is the first thing that you need before you go and buy anything. Like, please go and get a planner. And if you're like me, you already have about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on deck. Like, look, watch. I have, well, this is old, 1. And then I had a black one, 2, 3, and I just bought another one. Like, I don't play. Okay, so after you guys have bought your planner and before you guys go and buy anything else after this planner, just make sure that you have self-motivation going in. In nursing school, sometimes you have to motivate yourself. Even the ones that you love or even the people that you're close to may not be enough motivation for you. So just make sure that you just have that self-motivation for yourself, because you're going to need that throughout nursing school. Trust me, I know, I was there, I did it. You need the motivation. Okay, so the next thing that you need that I feel is essential is a laptop. Um, in nursing school, I love to write. That's something that I love to do. But when I started nursing school, I quickly learned like writing was a no-go. Um, Simply because you have to keep up. And then when I write fast, like I start to not be able to recognize my own handwriting. So I just got a laptop. It's easier. You know, you can record on your laptop. It's easier to backspace and retype something rather than having a piece of paper. You don't have enough space to write what they're talking about, none of that. So it's just easier to have a laptop. So make sure to get a laptop. If you cannot afford a laptop, then make sure that you print out outlines a week before the outlines start, just so that you're prepared, and make sure you just have extra pencils, pens, highlighters, whatever have you. Just make sure that you have the tools necessary to take notes during lecture. And to follow that, you're going to need a printer and the recorder I did mention. So you're definitely going to need a printer. So just make sure that you have that. Okay, so the next essential that you're going to need is things to boost your energy. Water bottle, coffee, snacks, anything that's going to keep your energy there. Sometimes nursing school lectures can be very long. Sometimes you're there all day, and like I would get sleepy during lecture, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm literally about to fall asleep. But if I had snacks, that would save me from falling asleep during lecture. So I just recommend like water bottles, coffee, energy drinks, I don't know, whatever you guys drink and whatever you guys eat, just bring snacks and drinks. And I'm telling y'all stay awake. I promise, I promise, I promise. So the next essential for the classroom is a very good backpack, book bag. I don't give a heck what it is. Just make sure you have a reliable backpack. So in my nursing school supply haul, you guys had seen a rolling book bag that I had hauled, and I freaking hated it. I hated it. I'm the type of person, I hate bags that if you have, you know, if you have so much stuff in them, it tilts forward. That's a no for me. My anxiety is not with that. So I gave it away. I gave it away to somebody who didn't even have a book bag. Here you go, have it, whatever. So I am going to post on the screen the book bag that I actually, it's not even a book bag. So it's a sewing machine bag. And I'm going to put it on the screen somewhere so you guys can see it. But that is what I used during nursing school. And I'm telling y'all, like, if y'all think I'm giving that away, it's a no. Like, I need that. But I will link it down below. I got it from walmart.com, and it was only like $40, no more than $50. It was really cheap. So I'm telling y'all, get it. It stores everything. So I'm gonna link it down below, and I think at least like 7 or 8 of us had these bags in the classroom. So I'll make sure to link that down below for you guys, because you don't want a backpack with all those books and all the other things that you need for class. That's just gonna tear your little back out. So yeah, I'm gonna link that book bag for you guys, okay? Other essentials that you need are the basics: pens, pencils, highlighters, paper clips, binder clips, all of those things. I would also recommend, so our program actually supplied the NCLEX Saunders book to us, but if they didn't, you guys can purchase it off Amazon. But I would highly recommend this for class every day, because when you have downtime, there's practice NCLEX questions in the book that you can do, and that's kind of nice to kind of practice those if you have a little second or two. And sometimes, well, at least in our classes, we would spend an hour at the end of the day just doing practice NCLEX questions. So I found that book really helpful. I mean, if you don't have the book, don't worry about it. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the essentials at the clinical setting. This list is very important, because without certain things, you're not going to make it through that day in clinical. So if you are interested, keep on watching. Okay, loves. So the first thing that you want for clinical rotation is a good pair of shoes. You are going to be on your feet for 8 hours, 12 hours. I don't know, however long your clinical rotation is, the entire time you are going to be on your feet. So you want to make sure that you have extremely good shoes. We had to have all leather shoes. So I bought Danskos, wore them throughout my whole clinical experience. Um, there's all different type of shoes, but just make sure that you find the type of shoe that work best for you, because your feet is going to be hollering. Like, I swear to you, hollering. And to go along with a good pair of shoes, you want to make sure you have some compression socks. If you don't have none, please go purchase them. Please, please, please. It makes a big difference if you're wearing them versus if you're not wearing them. So make sure that you pick up some compression socks as well, because you're definitely going to need them. The next important thing that you need for your clinical rotation is a clinical bag. You want to make sure you have a bag to store all of your clinical supplies in, because you don't want to be that person carrying everything. Like, it looks kind of weird. Just, it looks more professional if you have a bag. Let's just put it that way. You look more organized, you look more uniform when you have a clinical bag, rather than just carrying everything in your hands. Like, that just gives off bad vibes. So make sure that you have a really good clinical bag. Okay guys, so we're going to continue on with the essentials for clinical. So you want to make sure that you have a blood pressure cuff. All the things that I'm going to list is everything that is needed for a proper head to toe. So you're going to need a blood pressure cuff. This may or may not be supplied with your nursing program, but mine was, and I also had an extra one. So make sure that you have a blood pressure cuff. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to need is a stethoscope case. Now, this may or may not be essential to you, but it's essential to me because it kind of holds things together. That way things are not just floating around in your clinical bag. So I would say get a stethoscope case for sure. So inside of mine, and I kept mine, y'all better believe I'm keeping my stuff. So you want to make sure that you have, this probably don't even work, no, mine says, but you want to make sure you have some pin lights. I have 2, maybe 3. So you want to have pin lights because you're going to need these for your head to toe when you are checking pupil responses. You're going to want some shears or some bandage scissors. I don't know. I guess it depends on where your rotation is at, but I may have used these one time, but you definitely want these. Obviously pens, highlighters, all of that good stuff. Another essential, let's see if I have one. It's not in here, but you're going to need a permanent marker, especially if you're doing treatments and you need to date, time, and initial bandages, anything like that, you need a permanent marker. And another essential that no one has ever said, but I'm going to say, is expo markers. If you do hospital rotations, you guys know that they have the little whiteboards, and their markers just be ran down. And then on top of that, I don't know, you don't know if they're wiping them down or anything like that. So I would just suggest for you to bring your own expo markers, because you're going to need them when you're in a hospital rotation. And then of course, you want your stethoscope. So make sure you bring them. I have 2. I have this pink one, and I also have a chocolate brown one. I didn't bring both, but they're both in my case. But I would switch out my badge and my stethoscope depending on. So stethoscope is important because all those things you're going to need so that you can do a proper head to toe assessment. Okay, y'all, and I forgot to mention a good pulse ox. I don't even know where mine is at. That is so embarrassing. Like, I don't even know where my pulse ox is, but anyway, I'll just order a new one like after I'm done recording this video. But you do want to have a pulse ox too, because that is needed for a proper head to toe. And if you guys want to see how to do a proper head to toe assessment, please let me know in the comments below so that I can record that video. Okay, love. So also too, when I was in clinical, I just kept like, you know, pouches. This is like full of pens because you can never have too many pens. And this one is like full of markers, highlighters, things like that. So I just kept these in my clinical bag, and I just transferred this from clinical in the classroom every time I went out. I just kind of swapped them. So these might be like little pencil cases, and pen cases might be nice to have. It was essential for me because I'm obsessed with pens and markers. So it was kind of essential for me, but it might not be essential for y'all. So whatever floats your boat. So the next thing that you're gonna need is a clipboard. You need a clipboard. You can either get this folding one, or you can get the one that kind of opens up, but it's long way. So it's long way like this, and it kind of opens up and shut to store paperwork in the inside. But a clipboard is going to be very, 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 very necessary for clinical because sometimes you don't have anywhere to sit. Our instructors did not allow us to sit down at all in the nursing home. So we stood, and the only way to write was to have a clipboard. So ladies and gents, make sure to have a clipboard. All right, so the last part of clinical is all of these books. This is all important. So the first book that I have, and I don't know if you guys are going to school for RN or LPN, whatever, but this is a little pocket buddy. And I mean, this thing literally has like everything you need to know as far as procedures, vital signs and assessments, meds and IVs, labs, geriatrics, OBPs, like so much in this book. And this was a part of uniform, so we had to have this with us. Clinical rotation, this was required. You need this. So this really came in handy and was very essential for me. Some other essential things is these little drug books. These were a part of uniform as well. So this little book just kind of dumbs down the meaning of, well, not really the meaning, but the what am I trying to say? The action of a drug in layman's terms. So this is very essential, and I would not be surprised if your school doesn't supply this or if they recommend that you buy this. And this is also helpful when you're studying for pharm, because this dumbs it down and sums it up so much. This helps you get a better understanding of what medications are, what the action is, you know, mechanism of action, you know, all of that, like side effects, things like that. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But this book was really essential, and it was part of uniform too. And then this book is also beneficial. It's a drug book. It's just a bigger version of this, and more in depth, and probably more meds. But this was a part of uniform too. This really helped because as a nurse, you cannot use a diagnosis. So this book really helps so that when you are making nurse care plans, was this even the book? Yeah, I think so. Hold on, y'all. I don't even think this is the book. I think I'm playing, y'all. No, this is not the book. Y'all, this is not the book. I'm lying. This is not the book. Oh my God. Well, I don't know. This didn't help me because I didn't use it. So I'm sorry. I lied. Okay, y'all. So this is the book that I was talking about. The Nurse Diagnosis Handbook. So there is only approved diagnoses that we can use, and we only can use the ones that are approved. So this helped when I was doing my nurse care plans, and this is the book that we had to reference. Okay, so the last and final thing that we are going to talk about is the essentials at home, which is super simple. The essentials at home is basically a work desk, a work area, and a really, really quiet area that is free from distractions. I would come in our room to study because my vanity desk situation is here, but sometimes I would just go in my son's room because he was always with my mom, and I would just go in his room to study. So just make sure that you have a really quiet area and a desk or something to work off of, free of distractions. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so that wraps up my nursing school essentials video. If there's essentials that you guys feel that is needed that I did not mention in this video, please drop them in the comments so that other fellow nursing students can go and purchase those things. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.